Today I'm going to show us two styles by Belletress. Both of these styles are part of the International City Collection. I'm going to start with the one that I'm wearing. This is Miami, and this one's in the color Buttered Toast R. And then we're going to look at Seoul, and Seoul is in the color Oyster Gray. Hi everybody, my name is Alicia. I'm a guest reviewer for Wig Studio One, and Wig Studio One sent me both of these styles so that I could show them to all of us. And I will have a purchase link to each style below this video. There will also be a link for you to please come over and join us on the Wig Studio One private support Facebook group. It's called Wig Studio One Wig and Topper Support Group. I'm so very grateful to Wig Studio One. These styles from Belletress, they're just wonderful, and I'm so grateful that I get to show them to you. Belletress has just been knocking it out of the park with all these adorable styles. So let me turn around and show you this above the shoulder wavy bob that has bangs. This little Miami is just adorable. You see, she's got a bit of a rounded look. You can fluff it out a little bit, you know, if you wanted to. But I just think this is the cutest thing. And who doesn't love a bang? I'm just loving the bangs here. And you know, these bangs are not getting in my eyes. These are 3 inches. But the thing I've noticed about these bangs is they just kind of bump up, you know, so that we don't have to go around worrying about keeping them out of our eyes. So they're working really well for me. I have I'm 2.5 inches from the top of my hairline to the top of my brow. If maybe that'll help to show you where the bangs might fall on you. But I don't think many of us are gonna have a problem because they just kind of bump up on their own. So I'm really enjoying that. Now, Miami here is a center monopart. The only thing I've noticed about this, and I'll go ahead and say that I've noticed the same thing on Seoul that I'm going to show you in a minute, is the parting space is kind of dense. You know, when I take the cap off and show you the inside of the cap, you're going to see it. It's got a beautiful monofilament, a beautiful parting space, but it's just a little bit dense. So you might want to just put a little water on it, maybe put your blow dryer on it and see if you can't open that part up just a little bit. I haven't had time really to try to mess with it, but I think that maybe we could do something to make it to where, you know, it had a little better look of realism in the parting space. Okay, this adorable bang. What an adorable bang. Now this is a full bang. This is not necessarily what I would call a wispy bang. It's kind of full, but and some of us are going to love that, and maybe some of us not so much. But here, let me show you. See, there's a little bit of hair there where those bangs are, but you can just sweep them off to the side. You know, it's a middle part, but you could still, you know, kind of sweep these bangs off to one side if that's what you wanted to do. Or you could just wear them straight down, you know, however you prefer to wear your hair. Okay, let's talk about the specs for Miami. Let me get it fixed here. Okay, the specs for Miami. The overall length is 8.5 to 11 inches. The bangs are 3 inches. The sides are 7 to 9.5 inches. The nape is 2.5 inches, and this style weighs 3.3 ounces. Let me turn around and show you that nape again. This style comes in 12 different colors. This color Buttered Toast R, this is such a beautiful color. I decided to sit in here today without a ring light. I am sitting in front of a big window with nothing but natural light. I was hoping that you could see the color for Buttered Toast R and Oyster Gray really well. So here's Miami's center monofilament part. The lace, it goes all the way down into this really soft ear tab, and it has a good metal stay. And then it has an extended soft nape, these Velcro adjusters, and the rest is open wefted. Now, I do want to tell you this. I don't think there's permatease. You know, there's no permatease in these Belletress caps, generally speaking. There's that pretty lace front. Pretty lace front. But I feel like I can maybe feel just the tiniest crimpy fibers right here on the side, and maybe even back at the crown, and maybe just to give it a little bit of, you know, that's maybe how it's getting this rounded look here on the sides. So I'm not going to call it permatease by any means, but I think that it is at least just a few little crimpy fibers. Let's look at this color, Buttered Toast Star. I am so in love with this color. I call it a brunette. To me, it's a brunette with little blonde highlights. Now, the description says, what does it say? A mixed blonde brown. That pretty much describes it. To me, it's an all over brown base, and then it just has these light, mild, they're really subtle blonde highlights. You know, they're not gold blonde by any means. They're just a pale, little pale blonde highlights. That's a pretty one right there. Just kind of all mixed in throughout the style. So I'm hoping, sitting in here just in front of a window, that you can get a good look at this color, Buttered Toast Star. And then it's on this medium brown root. Okay, well, let me take this off and let's look at Seoul. Okay, here is Seoul in this beautiful color, oyster gray. The color code for this is 5660. It just says an unrooted gray mix, light gray with a hint of white. Light gray with a hint of white. I'm hoping, since this is just natural light, you can get a really good look at this beautiful gray color. I've already been working to open up this parting space a little bit because it was dense like on Miami. But I just sprayed a little water on it. You know, I just separated the hair with my rat tail comb. And I sprayed a little water on it, and I put my blow dryer on it. And it's already getting better. Let's go ahead and look at the inside of the cap. This has an extended lace front that goes down into this really soft ear tab, and it has a good metal stay. And then it also has this extended nape with these thin Velcro adjusters, and the rest of the cap is open lifted. Now, there is not a drop of permatease or a crimpy fiber anywhere on this style. This is very low density. So let me put it on. Pull our lace front up. I think the lace front on this oyster gray is just stunning. Just so realistic. Let me pull my lace down a little bit. Okay, so let me get it fixed. This is just such a natural density. Just really low density. To me, very realistic, you know. Okay, let me get her a little fixed here so I can show her to you. That's pretty. I think that's pretty. Okay, let me turn around and show you Seoul on all sides. Okay, well, it says the overall length for Seoul is 11.5 inches. The bang is 8.5 inches. The sides are 8.5 to 10 inches. The nape is 4 inches. And this style weighs 3.2 ounces. You know, I think I said both of these are heat-friendly styles. They're both very average fitting caps. I don't feel like there's a ton of stretch in these caps in this International City collection. I feel like these are just perfectly average fitting caps. Okay, I just like to move it around a little bit so that you can get a good idea of the style. These fibers, they just feel so amazing. Okay, I want to make sure to say the biggest thank you to Wig Studio One for sending me both of these styles so I could show them to all of us. If you will please subscribe to my YouTube channel, I would appreciate your support so very much, and hit that like button. It just helps me with the YouTube algorithm thing, and I would be so grateful. Everybody, thank you so much for watching. I hope everybody has a great rest of your day.